Hey everyone, and welcome. If you're in the SEO world, you know that the only thing you can count on is change. Search engines like Google are just getting smarter and smarter every day, and they're totally outthinking the old tactics we all used to rely on. So today, we're going to unpack that evolution and get to know the tech that really did rewrite the entire rulebook.
So I've got a question for you right off the bat. Is your SEO strategy actually built for today's world? Or is it, well, kind of stuck in the past? Because if you're still just chasing keywords, you might be playing a game that, honestly, is already over. We're going to explore how we got to this point and exactly what you need to do to win now.
So, think of this as a journey. First, we'll look at how things used to be, back when keywords were king. Then, we'll meet the technology that changed absolutely everything, natural language processing. After that, we'll dive into how search thinks now. I'll give you a brand new, actionable playbook, and we'll wrap up by looking at why this semantic future is definitely here to stay.
All right, let's kick things off with a little trip in the Wayback Machine. Part 1, Keywords Were King. This is the old world, the foundation that, let's be honest, most of us learned SEO on.
You see, back in the day, search was pretty much just a word-matching game. It was simple. You'd type something in, and the search engine would just scan the internet for pages that had those exact words. It had no clue about synonyms or context or what you actually meant. It was super rigid, which frankly made it pretty easy to game the system.
But then, a real game changer showed up. This brings us to part 2, where we meet the hero of our story, natural language processing, or NLP for short. This is the technology that finally gave search engines a brain.
So what exactly is NLP? Well, to put it simply, it's a branch of AI that's all about teaching computers to understand our language, the way a person does. It's not just about seeing words on a page. It's about getting the meaning, the context, and the intent behind what someone is searching for. It's the difference between seeing the words apple pie recipe and understanding that someone wants to bake something delicious.
And this brings us to the really crucial part of our journey. What are the actual real-world consequences of this NLP revolution? How does search actually think today?
Well, if the past was a word-matching game, today search is a meaning game. It's a whole new ballpark. Thanks to NLP, search engines can look past the literal words you type in and understand the topic, the concept, and maybe most importantly, what you're trying to accomplish.
And you can see NLP's impact everywhere. It's the engine behind semantic search, right? That's how Google knows that running shoes and marathon sneakers are basically the same concept. It helps decipher user intent, so it knows if you're trying to buy something, or learn something, or just find a location. It also analyzes content quality to reward pages that are genuinely helpful and deep, which is exactly how it pulls out those direct answers for voice search and featured snippets, and it all works together to give us much more personalized, relevant results.
This chart really lays out the whole shift perfectly, doesn't it? We've gone from being obsessed with exact keywords to focusing on topics and intent. We've moved away from stuffing our pages with keywords to just using natural language. And the whole game has changed from simple word matching to incredibly sophisticated meaning matching.
Okay, so we get the shift. It's a big one. But what do we actually do about it? Well, now we get to the good stuff. Let's open up your new playbook, the actual strategies you need to be using to win in this new era.
And here it is, your 6-step guide to modern NLP-friendly SEO. You'll notice the theme here, right? It's way less about technical tricks and all about creating real value. It's about being an authority, understanding your audience, and making your information clear and high quality. Let's break it down.
All right, the first 2 steps are all about a huge mindset shift. You have to stop chasing single keywords. Instead, your goal should be to become the go-to authority on your entire topic. Think about the real problems your audience is facing. What are the questions they're asking? You want to create a whole collection of content that proves you know your stuff and actually helps them.
Next up, it's finally time to write for people again. Seriously, keyword stuffing is dead, gone. Modern search engines are looking for high-quality, deep content that really covers a subject well. Use synonyms, use related ideas, just talk like a normal person. If you write to inform and engage a real human being, trust me, the robots will be happy too.
And finally, how you structure your content is huge. Use clear headings and subheadings. Keep your paragraphs short. Make it easy for people to scan and find what they need. And here's a pro tip. Figure out the most common questions people ask about your topic and answer them directly, right there in your content. That is your golden ticket to winning those awesome featured snippets and voice search results.
So, let's wrap this all up. We've looked at the past, we know what's happening now, and you've got your playbook. But what about the future? Well, the future is semantic. This whole shift, it's not just a trend, it's the new reality.
This quote really just says it all. This isn't about finding a clever new trick to get a temporary boost in rankings anymore. Embracing these ideas, these NLP principles, it's a flat-out requirement for any serious long-term SEO strategy. It's basically the price of admission if you want to be visible on search today.
And that really leaves us with one last big question to think about. When you sit down to create your next piece of content, ask yourself this: who are you really writing for? Are you still trying to please some old, rigid algorithm? Or have you started focusing on creating real, genuine value for the people on the other side of the screen? Your answer to that question is going to define your success from here on out.